Hello, it is Monday, December 25th, 2023. It's Christmas Day. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Monday puzzle, so this holiday edition shouldn't be too challenging, which is probably for the best. People have other things to do, and in fact, I'm in a few hours getting on a plane, but fortunately, the Monday puzzles are released early enough that I'm able to record this the previous afternoon, so this worked out very well for me. So I won't need to replace it with a substitute solve. As you can see, I will have a substitute solve in a few days on my final flight home, but pleased to have been able to get the proper daily solves out for most of this trip. So let's get on with it. This Christmas edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Henrik Koskinen, David Innes, Josh Lucas, and as always, the indomitable Showmaster and the incredible Horan family. So thank you so much to the five of them. They are benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. So this is their gift to me today, and I do very much appreciate it. It keeps the series going and sustains this channel. Thanks to them. Thank you to everybody who's a patron of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign. It really does mean a lot to me, so thanks to them. Thanks to you if you're among that group. And if you'd like to be, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the link under the description field to contribute to the channel and see all of the bonus videos available, as well as for benefactors, the official Let's Check the Crosses Daily Solve mug. So do check that out. Thanks if you have. And there's also the Daily Solve Discord chat server, which is a nice, friendly online community you can join via the description field. And finally, it is a big help if you subscribe to the channel on YouTube, like the videos, comment, and so on. All right, so hope you're all having a good Christmas, and let's get on with the solve. This is a debut construction by Amy Walker, so welcome to her and her inaugural New York Times crossword. It was edited, as always, by Will Shorts, and let's start solving, see how we get on with this. Device that might be confused with a router, a modem, maybe? If you, the modem provides internet access, and then the router spreads it throughout your network, so I suppose you could confuse those things. Physicist Ernst, if you had just asked me this cold, I would have said Max Ernst. And it does start with an M, but it must not be quite that. I must be misremembering this name slightly. Let's see, dos y cuatro. X cuatro. I don't know how to say times in Spanish, I've just realized. Let's see, what would this be? 2 times 4 is 8, so ocho. All right. Song for two. A duet, simple enough. To slip up would be to make a mistake, to err. And then it's in your bones is marrow, bone marrow. It's literally inside of bones. There we go. This looks like Acura, the car make, maybe. It is Honda luxury brand. So there we go, Acura, brand of Honda cars. And then 1976 song by the Runaways with the lyric, "Hello world, I'm your wild girl." Cherry something it looks like. Cherry, I don't know. I might recognize it when I see it, but I can't think. Okay, spicy is hot. Oh, Mach Ernst. Okay, fair enough. That sounds right now that I see it, but obviously I wasn't able to bring it to mind earlier. So there we go. That's good to get that in there. Sure thing. You bet, maybe? That sounds plausible to me. Here we have caviar, e.g. that's roe, so fish roe, fish eggs. Caviar would be sturgeon roe specifically, I believe. To be in harmony would be to gel, to sync, to tune, maybe? Not sure. Essayist Didion, Joan Didion, of course, the great essayist. Musical artist Yoko, here we go. Yoko Ono, the official female solo artist of the New York Times crossword, the counterpart of Brian Eno. But there we go. Haven't had too much Yoko Ono recently. Bank lobby site, an ATM, an automated teller machine, cash point could be in a bank lobby. And a completely insignificant person may well be a nobody, could be referred to as a nobody. That's pretty rude. Completely insignificant person. Taking into account, to be in harmony is to jibe with somebody, sometimes misstated as jive, although the way language works is that if it's misstated that way for a long enough period of time, it will simply become another valid word for that. But there we go. It is more properly jibe. Things in Easter baskets. Eggs, probably. Villain's expression, a sneer, perhaps, a sort of stereotypical melodramatic villain, I guess. Money that's borrowed is a loan, literally borrow loan money. Not all would be some, I suppose. And otherwise would be else. Yes, otherwise that'll happen, else that'll happen. Your response is what I hoped you'd say. Good to know or good to hear? Maybe good to hear. Because good to know would imply it was new information, whereas this says you're saying the thing I already expected. So it's probably good to hear, but we'll leave it for now. Samwise Blank, companion of Frodo Baggins. Right, this is from The Lord of the Rings. Samwise Gamgee, I think his name is. Pretty sure that's right. Let's check it. If you're feeling tense, you're on edge. There we go. Not worth a sou would be not worth not worth a penny, not worth a cent. Walk in water up to one's ankles, say, would be to wade in the water, and an aquatic salamander could be a newt. There we go. 1990. Oh, right. Okay, sorry. I didn't realize. I think I completely glossed over this. We filled in the 1976 Runaways song Cherry Bomb, and that is familiar now that I see it. And I was reminded of that because here there must be song titles related to the theme. So here we have 1996 Deanna Carter hit with the lyric, "My first taste of love, oh bittersweet." I don't know. These look strange. Maybe this isn't good to know. No, it isn't. It isn't. Or good to hear, because this is Aer Lingus, the Irish airline, and then so I just was realizing that W blank OE didn't really look like anything valid to me, so it must not have been correct. So your response is what I hoped you'd say. Good answer. A good answer. There we go. That's what it is. Great. Okay. Oh, wine. Okay, so is it something about things that are red, maybe? Something brandy wine? No, that's not what it is. I don't know the song, I don't think. Oh, strawberry wine? Cloth strips on military uniforms. Sashes, maybe? One's involved in a 2023 Hollywood strike, right? The Hollywood writers' strike this year. That would be that. Overdue debt would be if you're arrear. So if you're in arrears, you're in, you have overdue debt. If you're unhappy, you're sad. It's straightforward. Airport organization would be the TSA, who I will encounter imminently. And then reluctant as an investor would be what? Not sure. Risk averse, perhaps. You could be a risk averse investor, I suppose. No, that doesn't fit. Never mind. But risk looks reasonable. Let's see. Warts and all in an ad would be as is, right? So something's being sold as is. It's being sold with any imperfections. Here we have mad run. A mad dash would be an example of that. And then Hawaii's Mauna Kea. There we go. I do recognize that geographical answer. So, yeah, it's interesting. What is this if not... Oh, it is risk averse. What did I say? Did I say risk adverse? I think I might have just I think I might have just misspoken and then tried to put in the wrong word. But risk averse is what I was looking for. There we go. And I suspect that's the answer. Right, here we have another one of these. 1985 Prince hit with the lyric, "And if it was warm, she wouldn't wear much more." Well, that's okay. This I certainly know. This is the first one of these I've been able to get right off the bat. This is Raspberry Beret, a pretty classic song. So, cherry, strawberry, raspberry. Right, okay, so there's song titles with fruit, I guess, effectively in the names. All right, this looks like Emir. It is. Mideast title, so an Emir, of an emirate, for example. American Dad Network. I don't know, but I'm guessing TBS maybe from the Phil. That is a network. Longhorned mountain goats, ibexes. There we go. That'll be it. Furry Star Wars creature could be an Ewok from Return of the Jedi. Kit Kat bar is a confection. Lesbian icon played by Lucy Lawless. That's Xena the Warrior Princess from the 1990s, I guess. Number of times Rose tells Jack she loves him in Titanic. 1. Okay, interesting. I mean, I have seen that film. I wouldn't have been able to quote that, but I suppose it is, or to cite that number exactly, but I believe that it is correct. Appliances with lint traps are dryers. There we go. Acted too broadly is emoted, maybe, sort of, hammed it up a bit. And then, oops, what about this? We have to rip something would be to tear it. If you lugged something around, you toted it. And if one frees oneself of something, one rids oneself of it. So there we go. Auto-financing figures are APRs, which I think is annualized percentage rates of the interest you'd be charged on a loan. Credit. Vitamin that contributes to hair and nail growth. I don't know. I would have guessed keratin maybe if I didn't have crosses or didn't need it to be this length, but I'm not sure offhand what this is. Oh, maybe it's B something. Vitamin B. Don't know. All right, we'll keep looking around. Chicago trains are L's, the elevated rail in Chicago, famously. To race as an engine would be to rev it, I suppose. Rev the engine, race it, I guess you could say. Critic's piece could be a review, film review or an album review or something, or book review. In style once more, something retro would be back in style. And then if one is in the hole, one owes money. If one makes after taxes, one nets, so net what you earn after taxes. To take a snooze is to rest. To lose energy is to tire. Be that as it may, even so, you could say, oh, biotin? I think I've heard of this vitamin, biotin. I think this might be. Contributes to hair and nail growth. Let's try that. I love this song, or a doubly apt description of 1728 and 46 across. That's sweet, maybe? Because cherries, strawberries, and raspberries are sweet, or that's one of their sort of taste elements. I'm not 100% certain, but it seems plausible. Let's check the crosses. A weeding tool would be a hoe, so a garden hoe. So cute would be awe, I guess. This looks like Iowa. Oh, 57 downstate, and 57 down is city north of Des Moines. So, okay, there we go, Iowa. Is it Ames, maybe? It's one of the Iowa cities that I've heard of, and it would fit in 4 letters. Let's try it and see if it happens to be correct. In the style of on a menu, a la, we've had this 3 times, I think, in the last, I don't know, maybe week or so. So that's from the French, a la. Hero in the Trojan War, Ajax was famously character in the Trojan War of Greek myth. And then wedding dress material, lace, often lacy dresses and wedding dresses. Jazzy instruments, saxes, saxophones are very much associated with jazz music. A vote in favor. Oh, yay. Right. Okay. I was thinking I doesn't work, but no, it's yay in this case. Oh, that's my jam. Oh, that's so much better than that's sweet. Oh, I'm really pleased about that. That's my jam. That's really good. Yeah. Cherry jam, strawberry jam, raspberry jam. Yeah. Well done. Good. I'm glad I didn't put my guess in. Inner peace would be a goal of meditation. Indeed. Sometimes elusive. Goodyear aircraft are blimps. Sri Lanka, there we go. Let me put that right in. And a wild guess would be a stab. And then here we have a novice informally is a noob, a newbie, a newcomer to some craft or whatever. And there we go. That was the Monday crossword. And as it turns out, no Christmas theme. I guess we had a pretty extensive Christmas theme yesterday on the Christmas Eve edition, and that makes sense. That was the Sunday crossword, so there was a big grid with plenty of room for an extensive theme, which we did get. But this was a very fun theme. It's very simple, as you'd expect on a Monday. It's just 3 ordinarily clued answers, although it is nice that they themselves were thematically relevant. Sometimes on this sorts of themes, you get 3 sort of arbitrary answers, and then you only later learn what they're about. But in this case, they were all songs that involved fruit, and so that was at least evident from the beginning, or drupes, or whatever you would call things like raspberries and strawberries. But anyway, it had a very clever revealer that was a fun ending pun. That's my jam. There we go. Very nice. That was the Monday crossword. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you celebrate Christmas, have a very good one. I should be back tomorrow. I think for the next 2 days at least, I'll be around, and then Yeah, and then I'll probably have a substitute puzzle in the next few days once. But anyway, that was the Monday solve, the Christmas Day solve. Hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you tomorrow. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Monday. Take care.